So give me an example of any two-syllable word that contains the sound R.
The word achieve.
One more time.
Achieve.
Okay. So what is the vowel sound that we're looking for?
R.
R. Okay. Now say that word again.
I know it's a short one. Achieve.
Okay. Which syllable are you talking about?
The first.
So which syllable is accented in that word?
The second.
Second. The first syllable, is that a stressed syllable or a weak syllable?
Weak.
So what's the vowel in that syllable?
Schwa.
It's a schwa, isn't it? It's a. Okay, so it's achieve. It's not achieve, and it's certainly not archieve. Okay, so think about the sound we're looking for. R. Give me any two-syllable word containing that sound.
The word advanced.
Good. Say that word again.
Advanced.
Right, now, just say the first syllable.
Ad.
Good. Now say the second syllable.
Once.
One more time.
Once.
What's the vowel?
Fun. Ah.
Good. Make it a bit longer. Do it one more time.
Once.
Good. Try to go down on that syllable. It's not a question.
Funds.
Bit longer.
Funds.
Good. Now say the whole word.
Advance.
That's it. Advance. One more time.
Advanced.
Better. And again.
Advanced.
Good. Do this. Advance.
Advanced.
Good.
Advanced.
I want to see your teeth. That's it. Don't use your nose, okay? You don't need to do this, okay? Look, just there. Okay? There's a little bit of tension here, but not too much. I'm not doing this. You see, just focus on the lip. Advance.
Advanced.
Good. Now put that word in a sentence. So advanced. Is that the word, or advance?
No, advanced. I said advanced, but
Advanced. Yes, you've got to get that sound in the middle. Okay, so advanced could be a verb in the past tense, but usually it's used as an adjective. Okay, so
yeah, no.
right. So think of something that's advanced. Okay, could be all sorts of things. Usually meaning sort of. A long way along its sort of normal progression. Okay, so think of something that might be described that way, and then put it in a sentence.
Can I say advanced speech, for example? It means like a difficult one.
Yes.
Not difficult, kind of difficult.
Well, put it in a sentence.
I don't know. His mobile phone was quite advanced.
Okay, his mobile phone was quite advanced. Good. Be very careful about this sound. His mobile phone was quite advanced. One more time.
His mobile phone was quite advanced.
Okay, that'll do. Yeah, that makes sense. It's clear what you mean. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So, give me another word with the sound R.
Attached.
Okay, say that word again.
Attached.
Now, what's the sound that we're looking for?
R.
Good. Now, which syllable contains R in that word?
So, the second.
So let me say the word twice. Tell me which one sounds better to you. Attached. Attached.
The second.
The second one. What is the vowel that I'm using?
The short A.
Ah, very good. Say that word again.
Attached.
Yeah, that's fine. So try again. We're looking for a two-syllable word containing R.
After.
Right, good. Put that word in a sentence.
Mm, um, I'm going to repeat after you.
Going to repeat after you. Let's be more specific. What are you going to repeat?
This sound.
Okay. Yes, I mean, we do. You will hear the expression repeat after me, right? So,
Yeah.
so I might say repeat after me, and give you something to say, and then you say it. Okay, it may be done in some sort of ceremony or test,
Yeah.
something like that. Okay. You know, if you're a doctor maybe and you're giving someone a neurological test, you might say repeat after me and then give them a list of 5 words or something, you know, to test their memory or something like that. Okay. So I'll repeat after you. Yes, okay. But it's a slightly strange thing to say, I'll repeat after you. Normally, repeat after me is a command that is given in a certain context,
Mhm.
stock phrase, repeat after me. Normally, you know, if I say repeat after me, you're not going to reply by saying, okay, I'll repeat after you. It's, you know, you would just do it. Yeah. So, anyway, that's fine. Give me one more two-syllable word containing R.
The word article.
Very good. Now, how many syllables does that word have?
3.
Right, that's a 3-syllable word. So I did say 2 syllables.
Ah.
Okay, but that's okay. Put the word article into a sentence.
I'm going to read this article tonight.
Good. One more time.
I'm going to read this article tonight.
Good. Just say this article.
This article.
One more time.
This article.
Good. Just say this.
This.
Good. What's the vowel in that word?
E.
Good. Not E, you see. This article.
No. This article.
Good. Get a darker sound and say R. R. You see, this article, like that. This article. One more time.
This article.
Good, but connect.
This article.
Not bad. Now say tonight.
Tonight.
Good. So I'm going to read this article tonight.
I'm going to read this article tonight.
Good. Now notice that when I get to the end of the phrase, I don't actually make a t sound. Okay, there's nothing wrong with making a t sound. You can do that if you want. But I recommend that you get into the habit of avoiding them as much as possible. Try to do a glottal stop wherever possible. It'll make you sound much more like a native. Okay, so I'm going to read this article tonight.
I'm going to read this article tonight.
Yes, that's good. Okay, so this time give me any 2-syllable word containing
The word limited.
One more time.
Limited. Oh, no, it's not so.
Okay, so just say that word one more time.
Limited.
Good. One more time.
Limited.
What's the vowel in the first syllable?
E. E.
Right. Just remember that there's E and there's I. Now, the vowel E can be compressed is compressed before an unvoiced consonant, but that's not what we have here. So if it was E, it would be long. You see, limited, but that's not right, is it? It's short. So it must be I, right? Limited. Say that word again. And again.
Limited.
Very good. Now put limited into a sentence.
I'm going to buy the dress from the limited edition.
Okay, one more time.
I'm going to buy I'm going to buy this dress from the limited edition.
What is the limited edition?
It's like I don't know, maybe collaboration or something for the short period.
You
It's
say
like limited
calibration.
edition. Yeah.
What's calibration mean?
For example, one brand, I don't know, they make some product with other brand and they put two logos together and it's called collaboration. It's
Oh, you
usually
mean
limited.
collaboration.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I heard you say was this: calibration, right? From the verb calibrate. Do you know what calibrate means?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know
It's
how
a
to
technical
explain.
word that you might use in your profession or in your training. So calibrate means to set something so that it's sort of set correctly. So, for example, you might calibrate a set of scales, right, that you're going to weigh something on, so that when it says 0, right, if you get the scales and you look at them and they say, 10 or something like that, then there's something wrong. You need to adjust it so it says 0, right? That's calibration. So what you were trying to say was collaboration. If I can spell it. Collaboration, is that right? No. Collaboration. So, just say this word for me.
Collaboration.
Good. How many syllables does that word have?
What?
Say the word, count out the syllables.
Collaboration. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5.
1, 2, 3, 5 is what you said. But 5 is the correct answer. Collaboration. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes.
1, 2,
Whereas-
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yes. Whereas calibrate is 1, 2, 3. Or calibration is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So yes. So your original sentence, I think you said something like, I'm going to buy this dress from the limited edition, right? And I think what you meant to say was something like, I'm going to buy this limited edition dress,
Yes.
right? So limited edition is really just describing the dress. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so try again. We're looking for a 2-syllable word with the sound
The word effect.
What's the sound that we're looking for? Okay. Now the word effect does not contain does it? It's not effect or effect, right? Doesn't contain
Yeah.
So try again. Can you just give me a 1-syllable word containing
The word I know, there.
No. There contains the vowel air, doesn't it? There, not the.
I'm confused. I'm sorry.
The sound
Yeah.
So give me any
Yeah,
word
okay,
with the sound
The word first.
Right, good. First. One more time.
First.
That's good. Now give me something with 2 syllables.
The word certain.
Good. One more time.
Certain.
That's good, but open your mouth. Certain.
Certain.
Good. Now, there's another way of saying that word, isn't there? What's the other way of saying that word?
I don't know. I use certain.
Okay, fine. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. The first syllable is the second syllable is tun. Let's just write it like this to make it simpler. So notice that the second syllable is a weak syllable beginning with t and ending with n. Tun. Right? And the previous syllable ends with a vowel sound. Certain. Now, with words like this, what we can do is essentially shift the division between the two syllables so that it becomes this. You see the difference? So now,
Like certain.
hold on. Yes. So now the first syllable is what?
It's a sir.
Okay, and the second syllable?
Mm.
Right. So the first syllable is, remind me, what's the first syllable now?
Sir.
Look at what I've written. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so the first
It's a
syllable,
long.
the first syllable is this. Good. You see? And the second syllable is this. So again, what's the first syllable?
Sad.
Sir. Remember, when a t
Sir.
comes at the end of a syllable and you're connecting to another syllable with a consonant, you use a glottal stop. Okay, so certain. Try that.
Certain.
Good. Now quickly.
No.
Certain.
Certain.
That's very good. Now try it both ways. Certain. Certain.
Certain. Certain.
That's very good. Now, can you put certain into a sentence?
I'm certain that I left my key on the table.
Excellent. One more time.
I'm certain that I left my key on the table.
Good. Excellent sentence. Good. I'm certain that I left my key on the table. Try that one more time.
I'm certain that I left my key on the table.
Good. Just say certain that I.
Certain that I.
Just say that I.
That I.
Good. Certain that I.
Certain that I.
So try to connect certain to that. When you're doing the n sound, you can actually do it like this. N. So I'm certain, and then you're ready to make the th sound. I'm certain that I. Try that.
I'm certain that I.
Certain that I.
Certain that
Just do
I.
this. Mm.
Mm.
It needs to stronger. What you did there was this. But it needs to be.
Mm.
Good. Raise your top lip.
Mm.
Get your tongue and raise it. No, that's too soft. It's not. It's.
Mm.
There we go. Raise your top lip.
Mm.
Good. Stick out your tongue. Raise your top lip. Like this. Remember, we're doing this because the next sound is this. Okay? Okay, now say certain.
Certain.
Good. Now, certain that I.
Certain that I.
One more time.
Certain that I.
That's better. I'm certain that I left my key on the table.
I'm certain that I left my key on the
Good.
table.
Just say left.
Left.
One more time.
Left.
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 That sounds very Russian. Left. Like that. Left. It's left.
Left.
Yeah, something about the L and the transition to the vowel. Left. It's very Russian sounding. But that's pretty good. I'm certain that I left my key on the table. Now note that in this sentence, the word that is optional. Right? So you could just
Mhm.
say, I'm certain I left my key on the table. I'm certain I left my key on the table. Just try that.
I'm certain I left my key on the
That's
table.
good. But you see, you can connect. I'm certain I'm certain I left my key on the table.
I'm certain. I'm certain I
No,
left
it's
my
not
key.
It's not certain. It's certain.
I'm certain.
Just say, try this.
I'm
Say certain.
I.
No, nigh.
Certain.
That's it. Certain.
Certain.
Good. I'm certain I left my key on the table.
I'm certain I left my key on the table.
That's pretty good, yeah. So the difference between certain and certain is simply that I'm extending the n a little bit. Certain as opposed to just nigh versus nigh. Okay, it's subtle. I'm certain I left my key on the table. Just try that one more time.
I'm certain I left my key on the table.
That's pretty good. So, this time give me a two-syllable word containing air.
Elsewhere.
Very good. Say that word again.
Oh no, it's not two.
No, it is two. That is two. Elsewhere.
Oh, yeah, it's
One,
not.
two.
Else.
Okay,
Yeah.
say that word again.
Elsewhere.
That's very good. Do it one more time.
Elsewhere.
Good. Just open a bit more and bring your tongue forward at the end. Elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Much better. Now put elsewhere into a sentence if you can. Basically just means somewhere else.
Yeah. I don't know. Can I say see you elsewhere or no?
Well,
It's like
that
see you.
see you elsewhere is a grammatically correct sentence, I think, but it's not something you would normally hear people say. Do you think you could give me another sentence with elsewhere?
Okay. I'm going to buy. I know. I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy the phone elsewhere.
Right, I'm going to buy the phone elsewhere. So, tell me the situation, the context in which you're saying this.
For example, I wanted to buy a phone and I came to the shop and I found out that there wasn't the phone which I wanted, and I said I asked the seller assistant and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, there is no phone." I said, "Okay, I'm going to buy it elsewhere."
Yeah, that's a very good sentence. Absolutely. Okay, brilliant. So, do you think you could give me one more two-syllable word containing air? Remember that if you can think of something with one syllable, then you might be able to make a two-syllable word from that by changing the tense or something like that.
Nothing is coming. 2 syllables.
Well, give me something else that has one syllable.
Prepare.
Very good. One more time.
Prepare.
Good. Now that's two syllables, isn't it? That is actually two syllables.
Yeah, it's 2. I thought
Good.
3.
Okay, so say that word for me.
Prepare.
Do you mean this word?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So prepare.
Prepare.
Good. So you see, prepare, ba-ba, 1, 2. That's why we always count it out that way. That will tend to give you the right answer. Prepare. Clearly two syllables, right? Can you put prepare into a sentence?
I'm going to prepare for the exam.
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 Good. I'm going to prepare for the exam. One more time.
I'm going to prepare for the exam.
Good. Just say again, the exam.
The exam.
Good. What's the vowel in the second syllable of exam?
It's arm.
What mouth shape is that?
Mouth shape 1.
No, it's not exam.
It's exam. Mouth shape 2.
Good. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good example of a word where we have the long ah. Okay. I'm going to prepare for the exam. One more time.
I'm going to prepare for the exam.
Yes, that's very good. Okay. This time, Steve can give me a 2-syllable word containing or.
The word older,
Meaning?
elderly.
You mean this word?
Yeah.
Good. Say it again.
Older.
Okay, that's pretty good pronunciation. I mean, that sounds good. But is it really or? I mean, what's this word?
Old.
Okay. Now, because we have an L sound after the vowel is a little bit unclear, and it does sound a bit like or. Okay, I agree. But if you were to look in the dictionary, it wouldn't say or. It would actually say o.
Mm.
So if you want to say it with a clear O, it's going to sound like this. Old. Just try that.
Old.
Yeah, that's quite good. Quite good. But that style of pronunciation is a bit old-fashioned. So most people now, including me, would do it more like this. Old. Just try that.
Old.
Yeah, you see? So it does sound a bit like or maybe o. But in principle, it's o. It's just that the vowel has been darkened, right? The tone of the vowel has been darkened by the tongue position from the L. So just try this. Older.
Older.
That's pretty good. So yeah, I would say that's o, not or. So try again. Looking for a 2-syllable word with or.
Option.
Say that word again.
Option.
Okay, so I'm going to say it twice. Tell me which one sounds better to you. Option. Option.
The second.
The second. What is the vowel in the first syllable? Option.
It's a short. It's o, right?
Oh,
Option.
right, good. So it's not option. So try again. We're looking for a 2-syllable word with or, not o and not o.
The word perform.
Good. One more time.
Perform.
Good. Now put perform into a sentence.
Um. 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 No, I have to. I don't know if I can say like this. I have to perform my things. Can I say like this?
Perform my things. What
Yeah.
kind of things?
No, just some stuff, for example, at home, and I have
What would
like
it
a
involve to
laptop.
perform things? What would that mean?
I have to do it. It's like synonym of.
Okay, I see what you mean. No, it certainly sounds weird to say perform things. You'd have to be a little bit more specific, maybe something like tasks. You can
Okay.
perform a task. But to perform a thing, the word thing is so vague. I mean, usually thing implies some sort of noun, right? So, you know, this is a thing, right? This is a thing. Now, thing can be used to mean activities as well, but, you know, it's too vague to say perform a thing. Maybe in certain contexts you'll hear someone say that, but only if it's already well understood by everyone listening or reading what is meant. Okay? You know, if I say I had to perform 3 things at my piano recital, well, it's pretty obvious that by things I mean pieces of music. I had to perform 3 pieces of music, right? But in your sentence, you know, there's no context, so it's a bit strange. So, but yes, perform is not really the right word. It's not really the word you're looking for. If you're just talking about doing stuff that you have to do, then, you know, do is probably a better word. Okay. Um, do you think you could give me a different sentence with perform? Keep it simple. Perform. Perform often implies an audience. It implies some sort of judgment. You're being judged on your performance.
Mm. S- So,
It's usually something quite challenging, something where maybe it matters if you do it right or wrong. You know, if you say, I need to perform washing the dishes, or I need to perform washing my hair, that doesn't sound right, because who cares, right? But I had to perform several pieces of music at my piano recital. Well, that matters, because if I get it wrong, lots of people are watching. There's a right and a wrong. I've got to do it right. I'm being judged by others. There's an outcome to this which matters. Okay.
yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. So, this time, give me a two-syllable word containing the sound A.
The word obey,
Yes, that's very good. One more time.
obey,
Very good. Obey.
obey,
Not bad. Just say bay.
bay,
Good. Now, can you put the word obey into a sentence?
um, um, I don't know, the employees have to obey their boss. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Now, you said the employees. I think what you meant to say was this. Right, you're making a general statement about the nature of employment. Yeah, is that correct?
Yes.
Right. So employees in general, sort of by definition, have to obey their
Yeah.
boss, right? That's part of being an employee, right? Otherwise,
Mhm.
go
Yeah.
make your own company, right? But you said the employees have to obey their boss. And that makes it sound like you're talking about a specific set of employees in a particular context, right?
Mhm.
So let me give you an example, another example. So I want you to tell me what you imagine when you hear the first sentence, and then what you imagine the scenario that just enters your mind when you read the second sentence.
Um, the first sentence is like in general rule, and the second, if I'm talking about the particular group of workers.
Workers. Right. Okay, that is true. So what kind of ruling might be a victory for workers?
Mm, just how to say, just the regular one that you have to go for. I don't know.
Okay, you need to be more specific. What kind of what do I mean by ruling anyway? I said the ruling was a victory. What is a ruling? What do you think I mean by that?
It's like I don't know. It's a kind of information which you have to follow.
No, that would be a rule.
Yeah.
Okay, a ruling. What is a ruling? What is a victory? What
Mm,
does the word victory mean?
it means um, how to say um, um,
Is it good or bad?
it's good. Yes,
Right.
of course, it's
So
good.
victory is a win. It's when you win, when you get
Yes, it's the
something,
win. Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah.
so
Yeah.
so there's been
Uh,
some sort of conflict, and the workers have been victorious. They have won this conflict. Okay, so the ruling constituted a win for either workers or the workers. So what kind of ruling am I talking about? What do I mean?
mm, um, so ruling can be I don't know. It can be the person. It can be the I don't know, the department where
No.
the
So here, a ruling is a kind of decision. What
uh,
kind of decision is called a ruling?
um, I don't know, maybe um, should I say what the decision can be a victory for workers, right?
Well, originally I was asking what could be an example. To just use your imagination, give an example of the kind of decision or ruling that we might be talking about here.
I don't know, maybe rising the salary.
Okay. Is that applying to the first sentence or the second sentence?
um, the second,
Okay. So what about the first sentence?
the first, it's I don't know, it can be something more serious than salary. I don't know.
Okay. So the word ruling implies a legal decision made by a judge. So there's been
Mm-hmm.
some sort of legal conflict going on, and the conflict has been resolved by a judge, right? Some sort of
Mm-hmm.
lawmaker. And in the first sentence, this ruling, this judgment, constitutes a victory for workers. In the other sense, it's a victory for the workers. Now, in the second sentence, it seems to be a conflict between the employees of a particular company and the management of that company, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the judge decides that the company owes the workers reimbursement for something, and has
Mm-hmm.
judged that the company must pay them, right? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
those workers are owed overtime or something, and they haven't been paid, and so they decide to hire a lawyer and sue the company. And then the judge says, okay, company, they're right, the company's wrong. They have to pay the workers for the wages that they owe them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those particular workers, right? But in the first sentence, it just says workers. That implies anyone in the country or the world or whatever who is a worker, right? So the ruling might be a broad legal ruling that applies to the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, yeah. So it's not something. It's not a. It's about the conflict. So in the second sentence, it's a conflict between a specific group of workers and their employer. Where in the first
Mm-hmm.
sentence, it's maybe not really a conflict between any particular groups. It's just a legal new legislation, maybe that's been passed by a new government or something like that.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
so it might involve general labor laws or something to do with immigration or whatever. It really depends on the opinion of the person saying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you give me another two-syllable word containing the sound A?
cosplay.
Yes, good. Cosplay. One more time.
Cosplay.
Yeah, that's quite good. Can you put cosplay into a sentence?
Mm. On Friday will be um, an interesting cosplay show.
Okay. Cosplay show. What is a cosplay show?
So, for example, when people put on a specific, I know, outfit, like maybe from cartoon films or something.
Well, I know what cosplay is, but you said cosplay show. Show implies some sort of performance. Like when you go to the theater, you watch a show, right? Or a TV show, maybe.
I just don't know how it's called correctly when a lot of people to meet to cosplay. Maybe it's just
I don't think show is
cosplay.
quite the right word. Maybe meeting or a convention or something like that. I'm not sure, but that's okay. Just, I think what you said, it was something like this. Now, you've got to be careful about this phrasing. Tomorrow will be. If I say something like this, I could say something like this. Tomorrow will be my birthday. Okay? Or I might just say tomorrow is my birthday. But either way is fine. Tomorrow will be my birthday. I could say tomorrow will be my 10th, well, let's say my 100th day at this company, something like that. Tomorrow will be my 100th day at this company. So now note that I am saying tomorrow will be because this applies to the whole day. Tomorrow, that day, the 15th of May, the 15th of May is my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow will be my birthday because the 15th of May is the date of my birthday. Tomorrow will be my 100th day at this company because I started. Today is my 99th day, right? But in your sentence, it's different. You're saying you're not really talking about tomorrow. You're just talking about some event that happens to occur tomorrow. So it's not that tomorrow will be a cosplay event. No. You should say something like tomorrow there. Well, if you think about the syntax, we could just do this. Tomorrow a cosplay event will be. Right, now, this is not normal English, but just to understand the logic of what I'm saying, can you see the difference between tomorrow will be a cosplay event, that's supposed to say event. Can you see the difference between tomorrow will be a cosplay event and tomorrow a cosplay event will be? Right, because we're saying it's the cosplay event that is going to be, right? Not tomorrow is just when it's happening. But it's so what you would actually say would be tomorrow there will be a cosplay event. Something like that. There will be. You see that word there is very important. You know, if I say tomorrow will be a cosplay event, that means that you're marking that whole day as being a cosplay event, but it's not. It's just the day on which that event is happening. You see what I mean?
For example, if every year, for example, 15th of May is a cosplay event, and I say, oh, tomorrow will be cosplay event.
Because it's still not the same as my other example. If I say tomorrow is my birthday, that day by definition, the 15th of May, that's my birthday, the 15th of May. It doesn't matter what time it is. The whole day from beginning to end is my birthday. Even if I say it's like the 100th day at this company, it's still that day from midnight, from midnight to midnight, right? That day is the 100th day. But even if it's something that happens every year, if you say, you know, even if there's this cosplay event every 15th of May, you still can't really say tomorrow will be, because it's not really tomorrow that is that we're describing as the event. Tomorrow just happens to be when it happens. The 15th of May is not. It's not like the 15th of May is your birthday.
Mm.
It's just
Okay.
that this one event happens along with lots of other events. It happens on this day. So tomorrow there will be a cosplay event, right?
Mm.
Okay, so you got to be
Yeah.
careful about that.
Mm.
Anyway, we have to stop there. It's very good work, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you for the